So recently, Armenia ratified the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, and given that there is a current warrant out for Vladimir Putin from the ICC, this means that they'd have a legal obligation to arrest him should he set foot in Armenia. This is a big deal because Armenia is a fellow Collective Security Treaty Organization member with Russia, and the CSTO is really Russia's version of NATO. The only other CSTO member that is a signer to the Rome Statute is Tajikistan, but they signed it back in 2000. Armenia signed it in an apparent slap in the face of Putin after Putin was charged. So really in the CSTO you have allies you can count on. Now this is undoubtedly causing tensions between Armenia and Russia. And this is a culmination of the strain that really began with the Kremlin's actions in Ukraine, because Ukraine and Armenia had ties previously, as well as the escalations by Azerbaijan to recapture Nagorno-Karabakh. Interestingly, just recently, Armenian Prime Minister Pashinyan commented on the ineffectiveness of the security systems that they've relied on for years, including their ties to Russia as well as the CSTO, hinting that there's a potential shift in geopolitical stance within Armenia. The Kremlin obviously was upset, openly expressed their discontent by labeling Armenia's ICC move as, quote, inappropriate from the point of view of our bilateral relations. Russia went on to say that they absolutely disagree with what Pashinyan said, saying that when Pashinyan said that Armenia has decided to comply with the Rome Statute because the tools of the CSTO and the Armenia-Russia partnership were not enough to ensure the country's security. Russia went on to say that those mechanisms absolutely are enough to secure Armenia, but looking at Russia's flaccid response to anything that happens in the CSTO, I tend to agree with Armenia on this stance. Now, the Armenian Prime Minister is attempting to navigate these kind of rough waters with Russia by emphasizing that their focus is on Azerbaijan's alleged war crimes and not necessarily Russia. So essentially they're picking and choosing their war criminals at this point. That being said, it has become clear that Armenia is trying to reduce Moscow's influence by using the ICC ratification as a lever, and they have also conducted meetings with the U.S. over the past year regarding Azerbaijan separate from Russia. And it's not just about the ICC. Last month, Armenia hosted U.S. troops for joint military exercises and then extended humanitarian aid to Ukraine, a move that caused Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs to haul in the Armenian ambassador for an ass-chewing, essentially, over what Russia is saying amounts to a string of hostile steps that the country has taken recently. Now, given these developments between Armenia and Russia, we should be ready to potentially step in and exploit the shifts in the geopolitics within the South Caucasus. Putin's diminishing ability to engage with Armenia and actually other countries in that region showcases that he has waning influence in the region, especially with Armenia constantly and openly defying Russia since the war in Ukraine started. This is something that the United States may be able to drive a wedge between those countries and force a breakdown of the Collective Security Treaty Organization in the near future.